Yo, what's going on, guys? Dallas with Chaos Fragrances. Today we're back with another episode of Fragrant Facts. This is going to be episode number 8. And we're going to be talking about my spray routine. So this is, again, another question I get asked about a lot. People are like, make a video on how you spray your fragrances, how many sprays and stuff. So I'm going to go over how I spray myself for certain occasions. And I'm also going to quickly go over how many sprays I use for common fragrances that people typically ask me about. Obviously, I can't cover all of my fragrances. Can't cover all of your fragrances. This is just something that comes with practice, comes with knowing your fragrances and testing them. Before we get started though, guys, make sure you like this video. It really helps with engagement. And also subscribe if you haven't already. Like I said, 78% of you guys watch my videos and aren't subscribed. Like, it's not cool, dude. So make sure you hit that subscribe button because I post 3 times a week. Pretty good content if I do say so myself. So definitely subscribe, definitely like the video. Also share the video while you're at it, and let's go ahead and get into the video. So for school, for work, for just casual kind of going out, gonna be close to people, relatively close, like at school and class, gonna be close to people. At work, again, I'll be pretty close. So this is just kind of, I guess you could call your everyday situation. So for my everyday situation, I just do 2 sprays, one right here and one right here. So one on each side of the neck, or I guess each side of the Adam's apple kind of, is one way to think about it. So one on each side right there on the front of my neck. Now some people say to do one behind each ear. I started out doing that, but what I found is I like to be able to smell my fragrances off of me a little bit better. And yeah, you could still catch whiffs of them on the sides of your head, but for me, I like to do one on each side of the neck and the front, so that way I will catch whiffs. And it is something that, depending on how strong your fragrance is, it can start to be a little bit too much because it's right under your nose. For example, Invictus Aqua, the first time I wore it, it was actually even in the middle of winter. I sprayed it right here and it was starting to get a little bit strong for sure, but it's something that I've kind of started to get used to with my fragrances. It really doesn't bother me, like I said. It can cause olfactory fatigue a bit quicker, like for example, Dior Sauvage I talk about all the time. Can cause olfactory fatigue, but it's something that, again, your nose kind of will get used to it. Even if it goes blind to it, you still will catch whiffs of it throughout the day. So that's also another reason why I do it, is so I can catch whiffs of it easier, so I can test my fragrances and know the performance. So again, guys, for my everyday spray routine, 2 sprays, one on the front of the neck, one on each side. Now if we're talking about kind of an outdoor type of event, maybe outside walking through the streets, or on vacation walking around the resort is another example I use all the time. What I would usually do is 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so 2 on the front in the same spot I said, and then 2 on the back of the neck, kind of in the hair. And what that'll do is, again, you'll be projecting off the front of yourself, off the front of your body like normal. And by spraying the back of your hair, the back of your neck, and kind of in your hair, you'll be leaving a nice trail, and also projecting that way too, so you'll get more attention. And then spraying the hair just kind of is known to help increase the longevity of your fragrance. Some people believe it, some people don't. I personally have found that it does help a little bit, so that is something to think about as far as performance goes, spraying your hair. And again, this kind of can also be considered my clubbing spray routine. So again, like I said, 2 front of the neck, 2 in the back. If I want to go for an extra one, like maybe even 5, depending, I'll go for 1 right here on the chest on my clothing. So again, for outdoor situations or partying or clubbing, whatever, 4 to 5, 2 right there, 2 back here, 1 on the chest. And again, this is something that you really need to know the situation you're going to be at. If you're going to be at a party indoors at someone's house, maybe 4 sprays, 5 sprays isn't the best. Maybe 3 sprays would be the best, depending on your fragrance. Like this one right here, my baby Acqua di Gio Profumo, it's pretty light, it's pretty inoffensive. It's not like super sweet or anything like Ultra Male or something like that, to where I could probably pull off 4 sprays and be okay. But again, if something like Ultra Male, Versace Eros, in a closed area in a party, might not be the best idea to go with 4 or 5 sprays. So this is where it comes down to knowing your fragrance, knowing the situation you're going to be in. We as reviewers can't hold your hand and tell you how many sprays you need to wear for all of your fragrances. There's got to be a point where you need to know your fragrance really well, test it really well, know how it works off your skin, and then again, know the situation you're going to be in. Alright, and now let's talk about the date situation or the close encounter situation, just hanging out with a girl type of situation. For that, I'll usually do, again, 2 to 3 sprays, depending on the fragrance. And what I'll do, it's really not much different than what I normally do. but it'll be 2 on the front of the neck in the same area I've told you about, and just 1 on the chest on the clothes. And I've talked about this a lot too, obviously right here so she can smell you, and then 1 on the chest, which is I think really important, so again, when she comes in for a hug, when she's cuddling, she can smell the fragrance off your shirt. And again, with the clothing, it helps to extend the life of the fragrance, especially with this one, La Nuit de l'Homme. It's known to smell really good on clothes. And it'll be something too that if, say, you're wearing a sweatshirt and you spray it there and then she decides to keep your sweatshirt, she'll be able to smell it on your sweatshirt. And you know, girls like that. Go on Twitter and every girl says, oh, when he leaves your hoodie and it smells like his cologne. That's, you know, so that's my spray routine for a date. Some people say to do like the back of your neck, so that way if you're, say, going out to dinner and you're leading her, she's walking behind you or something, she can catch it. And yeah, you could do that. I like to keep it moderate. So again, 2 to 3 sprays depending on the fragrance. With this one, that's usually what I do. You could go even more light, 1 to 2 if you really wanted her to have to pick it up off of you. And that could be something that you would maybe want to do for your first date. You don't want to offend her, you don't want to choke her out, so maybe 1 to 2 sprays would work good for that. And then as you get to know her, you experiment. Maybe 3 to 4 would work, or 2 to 3, sorry, not 3 to 4. And again, it comes down to knowing your fragrances, knowing the situation you're going to be in, and I guess I could talk about that too. For dates, if you're going out to dinner, well actually yeah, if you're going out, say, on the lake, if you're going outdoors for a date, you always know I recommend, again, Acqua di Gio Profumo for any sort of outdoor aquatic type of date, whether by the lake, by the ocean, on the beach, you know, whatever, outdoors, you know, I recommend this one. And for that, you could go maybe a spray routine a little bit more heavy, like 2 to 3, maybe 4, if you're going to be outdoors with her, just depending. And then if you're going to, again, be indoors at a restaurant, at a date, something, then go a little bit more moderate on the trigger. And guys, I think I covered it all. Let's see, we got every day, we got party, club, outdoor, whatever, and we got dates. So I think that's my spray routine. Again, it's really not something that you should stress over too much. Again, like I've said 10 times, it comes down to you, comes down to your fragrance, how it works on your skin. And for basically all these fragrances I've listed, the number for that as far as sprays go stays the same. Let's see, we got, I guess I could talk about this one right here, Versace Eau Fresh, very citrusy, very light, very citrusy, non-offensive. So for this right here, I guess it could be a good example. I said my daytime spray routine is 2 to 3 sprays. With this, if you wanted to, maybe you could go a little bit more. Again, because it's not as strong, it doesn't project as much, and it smells really nice, really light. So this could be something that you could get away perhaps with more sprays, just to get a little bit more longevity out of it, to push it out a little bit more so you can get noticed more. So like I said, guys, it comes down to personal preference first of all, as far as where you want to spray. Comes down to the fragrance you're wearing, how strong it is, how it lasts, how it works off of your skin, and it comes down to the overall situation. You know, saying, oh, I wear this many sprays in a date is very vague, because a date could be skydiving, right? You probably don't want to wear 1 spray of La Nuit de l'Homme when you're skydiving unless no one wants to smell you. And there could be a date where you're like super close at a dinner, crammed together. So I kind of wanted to break it down and give you some examples of each. And again, it just comes down to using your best judgment, and this is something that comes with experience. The more fragrances you smell and are able to detect how strong they are, and the more fragrances of your own that you actually test and do your own tests, not go off of online reviews, the more you'll get it down to a T, and you won't be as stressed out about it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, this has been requested quite a bit, so that's my spray routine, how many sprays, you know, same thing. And again, people ask me, Dior Sauvage, how many sprays? Same thing as I said earlier, 2 to 3 for daytime. For dates, don't wear it on a date. So again, guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please like the video. Again, likes really help me out. Share the video. Also leave a comment telling me, you know, what your spray routine is, what you spray for your day-to-day, for on dates. You can even tell me which date fragrances you use. Just comment something nice. If it's mean, don't comment it, or you can comment it. I'll read it and just kind of shake my head and laugh, because usually the people who comment stuff are people who have nothing on their channel and nothing to offer. So again, guys, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. You guys' support is awesome, and also have happy holidays, have a Merry Christmas. because this video will be going up on Christmas Eve. So stay safe, guys. Enjoy your holidays, enjoy times with family, enjoy your fragrances. And I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.